Hello and welcome to Train Sim World 5, or soon to be Train Sim World 6. Anyway, annyeonghaseyo to Gunlian. But we're not here for obviously to ride. As you can tell by the title, let's have a talk about TSW6. And the faction that there's 3 routes, 3 locos, so I'm going to presume 1 loco per 1 extra DLC loco will be per route. If it's in the you get the deluxe version of TSW. Thank Nick, I didn't go up then. And then you've obviously got the take a ticket as well, and then other improvements coming to TSW. So we're following something. Anyway, so, and I'm going to have a little bit of a, well, guesswork wise, and just have some prediction wise. And something which I will say this, I can't see the base game for the UK route being part of the West Coast Main Line. You'll probably more likely see something from the East Coast Main Line than the West Coast on this one, to be fair. And that is definitely me not going over 40. Anyway, I've looked at other people's, as it were, some other people's sort of predictions and so forth as well, for this as well. We are still following something. So yeah, I'm just going to allow that to get away for a bit. And I'm going to straight off and say this, I can't see it, like I said, part of the West Coast Main Line, but the only, and also the other reason why it's because of that reason is because of the, was it All Aboard Studios having a bit of content that it includes crew. And that's not been announced, so I'm no ambassador, I don't work for Dovetail, so I don't have a blind clue. And just to put it into some perspective, I'm doing this on the 15th of July, on release day of the 86. I haven't picked that up as we speak. So, and what people are saying for that All Aboard one is, just to point out, is the North Wales Main Line. So, crew, something for crew, pretty much. Read ahead. So yeah. I need to slow down a bit more. I have not drove this route for donks. So, I'm going to go into making, I'm going to say 2 routes for British, 2 routes for European, and I'm just saying European for this, and at the same time 2 routes for America as well, because I think it's actually probably better off to be done. There's no little crossing gates for that crossing. Anyway, so the first one that I'm going to say is the UK. The first UK route. I'm actually going to say this, and actually say, quite possibly, I will say, it's either, I'm going to say, well, it's technically 3, I'm going to say, but it's 2, because it's technically the same part. It is the southwestern, upper section of the southwestern main line. The main reason why I'm saying that is obviously because licensing has been obviously cooped into the badly named Great British Railways now. Fair enough, that doesn't mean that the SWR licensing is going to be easy still to get, because it's not that way. It is just the lines itself, the trains, that, and so SWR don't own the rights to run the companies anymore. So that could potentially come with the 444 and the 450. But then, as a loco add-on, add the Class 455 as a part of the actual pack as a DLC. And I think that will be quite good, because then it brings the South back into the frame again, because let's be fair, I'm going to say this, I know there's probably other people that will agree with me on this, that it's gone far, we've literally gone too far north. And I'm going to say this, on the release base route, I can't see it being Welsh either. Fully Welsh anyway. Perhaps border crossing, but not fully into Welsh. Hello, Victron Park's over there. And then the other line is a part of the Charlton main line. So yeah, that's my two, as it were, predictions for the route for the British side of things. I'm going to go do something slightly different, leave the European for last, and go straight on to the American side of things. Because I can, for some strange reason, I'm going to say this with probably slight confidence. I can see some being the Miami West, something to do with Miami. So Miami to Palm Beach, possibly. So yeah, he trains some classic route. And the other reason why I think is because what game is set in Miami that is also getting its 6th title? Cough cough. Giant at GTA. So Grand Theft Auto. So it will probably be quite good for it. Yes, the game crashed. Well done. So everything got reset since TSW5 release. Anyway. And then this next one is perhaps my other one for America is perhaps not going to be as it were likely, but I'm going to say it and say the New York subway line, because I can't see them perhaps going to American freight still, even though I know to American people that is very popular. That's the reason why I picked Miami, because it's got both in theory. And now on to the European side of things. And just to point out, I've got no idea what the local add-ons would be for any other routes apart from the southwestern, really. I'm going to actually say I can see the reason why I'm saying European is so it brings Dutch, Austria, Germany, Swiss, French into it. But the main thing is, though, I can see it being quite possibly, I'm going to say this, something Austrian, as it were. So I'm not gonna say what route, but we've also got two locos already in the game, being the OBB 1116, and also the OBB 4024. But then you've got a bunch of other locos which are available as well, and to be fairness, a reskin and a Vectron available. So yeah, not fair. You're going to be get 2 units. But I am going to go straight to Germany for the next one. Once again, it's going to be like the New York subway, perhaps a little bit tad realistic for the game. And why can I see Hamburg to Hanover being a potential route for TSW? I don't know, but I can. But there. So moving on to perhaps some of the ticket ones, I can see them announcing the route for all aboard studios, which I'm saying is the North Wales main line, and then that will also count to having a Voyager involved in it as well. Potentially we'll have a release date as well, or a bit more info, but it won't be part of the ticket about Great Western Express. And probably at the current state of time, that's not the one I wanted, there are not any other packs that have been announced that are, oh, what could those be type of thing, and unannounced side of things for those. I'm now going to move on to some of the features of TSW6, and I'm going to say this is more dedicated to the console side of things than the PC. It might be slightly more. The major thing is optimization, even though I know this route is running at a solid, say, 50 FPS. Some routes are not, and I think a core update to the game is the best bit to help fix this problem. Partly it's down to the liveries. It's loading up whatever the train's load is got on it. It is causing some of the lag. It's also probably the reason why my game crashed loading up on the West Coast Mainline South with 2 liveries for the Endolino and 2 liveries for the 350 available. It was probably going, I don't know what I'm doing, pop sort of style. But away from that, I can, for some strange reason, I can't see onboard announcements because of copyright. That includes on platforms as well because of copyright. So it will knock those two out the path straight and simple. But I can see other things, potentially. Reason why I say a bit better for console is an increase on creativity. And the reason why I say an increase on creativity is because console, as a feature, which will be on PC as well, to have a timetable editor it added to the game, which then could be shared on Creators Club, and perhaps have it that it's going to be a bit hard because of Gen 8 consoles, but have a way that it can be set up so you could say make one that is a Gen 9 only, make one that's then available for both Gen 8 and Gen 9 consoles. Then moving on to a upgraded scenario editor as a base scheme, not as part of the actual the stuff on the editor side of things. We went down a bit too hard there, but yeah. I can, for some strange reason, see perhaps them trying to get some more GMSR capabilities and so forth in as well. But not to the point where you can set it up properly. You've got a little bit more control in it. But the other thing I can probably see a bit more, and I'm going to say this, is something that I think people would probably slightly agree upon. Dynamic weather improvements and safety systems to be turned on automatically, so you don't have to press Control and numpad enter or fiddle with those on the back of the wall, say. So they'd be on by default. I might accelerate when we come up to a station train. So yeah. And then perhaps improvements in just simply in the Creators Club. And I might say this, but a way to bookmark. I'm just going to say it. This probably ain't going to happen, but a way to bookmark bits of other content which perhaps you might not have the exact DLC for. We've just went straight past Stop Marker. That's a bit hard to stop, but do that so it shuts it up. So yeah. So we have Creator Club in updates as well. Formations perhaps having a slight update as well in terms of functionality. As well, perhaps in terms of the game and stuff. And to be fair, I can't think of it much else. Most of this is going off in my head. But yeah. If I go back to what I was looking at, perhaps the only if they do any announcements, I can see it being UK and it being the see it say it sorted, as it were, and perhaps a bit more of an update to guard mode. I mean, to have a bit better off as a feature, as it were. And at the same time, not just that, it makes it a bit more entertaining because you can go between you can go between perhaps 2 stops or even 3 stops without having to do much. So that's the reason why they might put something in it to make it increase. You'd expect that to be the main line through, wouldn't you? Anyway, and then at the same time, I've seen people say, oh, something to perhaps make it so you're not fully clear on the line, as it were, fully all the time. You've got something going on. I can't see them being, as it were, like some things. Oh, an AI train in front's broken down. Oh no, or oh no, the train that you're driving's broken down unless it's in a scenario. And I'm going to say that safely. But the things I can see is them perhaps having it might not happen until perhaps Gen 8 has been ditched, but have it as a capability of the AI to have a bit of randomness into them, not random spads, but have it so perhaps the AI has some problems, like traction problem, so they're not going at the AI, because put bluntly, that's how they will drive constantly at full pout, and perhaps have it so some AI perhaps won't be, so the route's not fully clear and so forth, as it were. So yeah, and I can think they will probably do some things here and there, other things, tweaks as well to the game, but I can't see, because let's be fair, this map's fine. Perhaps like the photo mode, that's fine. It's just perhaps your time when it could cause us a bit of lag and crash the game. But otherwise, I can't see too much else there being around like that. Perhaps have it so carriages or anything to do with freight, as it were, perhaps has a bit more of a higher chance of picking a random livery. Unlike, just because I know Americans do, routes have this, but okay, but things like British don't always pick, the carriages don't always randomly substitute. Germany as well, apart from Semron Barn and I believe, I think couple routes might, but all routes I'm talking about here. And then closed routes like the Bakerloo say don't pick liveries at all. So you've got the silver 72 stock for absolute no reason, because it doesn't show up at all. That's random. So stuff like that as well, perhaps improvements. And I do wonder if Rivet Games will have any help in the release for the summer as well, like they did have on West Coast Mainline itself, and they helped out with Just Trains on West Coast Mainline over Shap as well. The route that gets so much praise is also made by the that no one likes. I will just leave it there. So, without further ado, I'm going to leave it here then, guys. I don't know when this is going up, to be fair. I'm going to say it. So don't forget to hit the like button and hit that subscribe button for more content. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to go and check out my video that I've done on what routes I personally would like to see. These routes are literally the actual predictions I'm given for the routes today, for the core, as it were. And just before I go, TSW6 is not a cash grab. If you don't want the free core routes that come with TSW6, you do not need to buy TSW6. It will be free for a time frame. Once again, it's free for limited time, like TSW5 was. So, once again, I will leave it there then, guys. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you all enjoy how I'm doing some of these videos now with train instead of just train spotting. And I will see you in the next one. So once again, thank you very much for watching, and have an awesome day. Goodbye.